Welcome to the Dev Hangout. Today's topic will be starting, raising money, and selling a startup in Silicon Valley with Tony Chen. And Tony Chen is right now a consultant at McKinsey and was previously founder of Pantry Retail, a startup that he founded, raised money, and sold out in the Silicon Valley. The Dev Hangout of today, it's thanks to our sponsors, Get On Board, where you can get the digital jobs that are worth, and you can enter getonboard.com, and also to us, to devAcademy, we develop apps in web applications and mobile applications. You can go to devacademy.la. Well, thanks, Tony, for being here with us. Can you present yourself and tell us more or less about your background?
Yes, I will. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Cool, awesome. And so, hi everyone. My name is Tony Chen, and I'm currently a consultant at McKinsey & Company in San Francisco. Prior to McKinsey, I've worked as software engineers and system engineers at Intel, Qualcomm, and Ericsson. Most recently, I co-founded Pantry, which was an Internet of Things, or IoT, startup in San Francisco in California. We ran that for 4.5 years, and then last May, we sold the company, and then after I helped with the transition, I joined McKinsey.
Mm-hmm. So can you tell us more about Pantry? What's Pantry about? What were the biggest challenge of starting a company in the Silicon Valley?
That's a great question. I think there are a lot of things can be said over there, but I'll just list a few. First of all, Pantry was an Internet of Things company, or what they call it these days, IoT. What it means is that we actually need to provide both hardware and software, and which actually make it very challenging because we need to not only provide the hardware and also provide the software. And for the software, we actually need to provide the entire stack, which means that all the way at the bottom to the firmware to interface the hardware, and then all the way to the web interface and the web dashboard and the consumer app, and so it's just end to end, extremely end to end, from hardware all the way to the UI UX on the web, right? Mm-hmm. So that was very challenging. Just a quick word on Pantry. Pantry was a fresh food vending machine, for lack of comparison, but it's a lot smarter than your traditional vending machine, because traditional vending machine was you put in $1 bill, $2 bill, $3 bill, and then A135, okay, right? Then a bag of chip would tumble down, and then you pick up the chip right from the bottom. Now, what we built was actually a vending machine for fresh food, and then with fresh food you have maybe a soup or a box of sushi, right? All those things cannot be put into the old school vending machine. And so our machine, if you have a chance right now, go to pantryretail.com and you will be able to see how it works. It's a glass door refrigerator. It's just like a refrigerator you have at home, but with a glass door. And the way how it works is that you swipe your credit card to unlock the door. The door is usually locked, and then once you open the door, you can take out whatever you want. It's the things are just there, just like what you would do at home. And then you can pick up one item and take a look at it. If you don't like, put it back, right? And then once you are done, once you pick out what you want, just close the door, and the machine will automatically figure out what you took from it, and then charge the credit card you used at the beginning. Mm-hmm. So the way how we did it was that we use RFID to track each individual items, and then that's the technology behind. But that's just that part, right? And then our customers were actually uh, like a food service provider or someone who wants to put a refrigerator in an office and provide fresh food. And so for those people, we need to give them a web dashboard to see the real-time inventory, to see who has bought what at what time for how much. And so for that, we need to build them a dashboard. And then also for each individual person that goes to those vending machines every day to restock the refrigerator, we need to build them an app to to guide them. And also we had on our roadmap to build an app for the end consumer as well. So that's a product. And so like what I said earlier, we build the hardware and then we build the software that go with it. So so I guess and this call is on how to start a company in the Silicon Valley, right? I think the in all over the world, I think the idea is pretty similar, or the process is pretty similar. So initially, we had an idea, right? It was just something that we had in our mind, and then we got together, we talked about it, and then we iterate on it, and then we came up with an MVP, right? And then with the MVP, we keep pivoting on that idea, and then with that, we were able to win some customer, and with some customer, we can show some traction. With some traction, we can raise some money, right? Then it just goes in a loop, right? So, to answer your question,
What did the MVP look like?
aha, MVP was actually very, very simple, I have to say, and it barely worked, right? And so MVP stands for minimum viable product, and our MVP was we got a used refrigerator. We got some cheap parts from Alibaba, right? And then we kind of drill some things onto the door, and then no manufacturing process. And then on the website, I believe we use Drupal to quickly put something together, just because we had one Drupal developer that we found in Russia, and then he just put it together. And so it was totally not ready for prime time. However, we were able to at least demonstrate the concept, and got into our hardware accelerator, and that helped us got the company off the ground.